Republican leadership is now deleting all of their posts regarding Ken Paxton's corruption and crimes. They are deleting their press releases, trashing Paxton. They are removing their ads that absolutely torch Ken Paxton. One problem? We've saved them all. We have them here on the MeidasTouch network, and other enterprising journalists have saved them as well. You know, the internet lasts forever, MAGA Republicans. So let me show you what these MAGAs are doing. So when you search the National Republican Senatorial Committee, you'll notice that anything relating to Ken Paxton, Paxton's family, Paxton's crimes, anything at all, deleted, deleted, deleted. As Lauren French writes, across the board, Republican leaders are mass deleting their prior posts about Paxton, be it his scandals, his affairs. The National Republican Senate Committee is actively scrubbing their website of all Ken Paxton press releases. So utterly embarrassing, this one account says. So what are they deleting? Press releases like this. April 2nd, 2026. Ken Paxton caught using taxpayer dollars to buy hotel rooms for donors. This is sent out by the leadership in the Republican Party in the Senate. July 24th, 2025. Ken Paxton's lies and incompetence keep piling up. October 30th, 2025. Video. Ken Paxton is standing in conservatives' ways. July 10th, 2025. NRSC statement on Angela Paxton's decision to divorce Ken Paxton. We have that as well. And they deleted that press release. Ken Paxton's lawyer would defend Charlie Kirk's killer. New ad. Texas deserves better than Ken Paxton. Paxton's delinquent Hawaii, Utah property taxes. Meet Ken Paxton's Trump-hating personal lawyer. Then there's this post right here. Hard to run from prison, Ken, which Texas Republican Senator, soon to be former Senator John Cornyn posted about Paxton. So this is the press release they deleted as well regarding Ken Paxton's divorce. The National Republican Senatorial Committee released the following statement on Angela Paxton's decision to divorce Ken Paxton. Again, this is scrubbed now from the NRSC's website. What Ken Paxton has put his family through is truly repulsive and disgusting. No one should have to endure what Angela Paxton has, and we pray for her as she chooses to stand up for herself and her family during this difficult time, said NRSC Communications Director Joanna Rodriguez. Background. Angela Paxton's divorce petition accuses Ken Paxton, Texas AG, of adultery and says the couple stopped living together in June 2024, according to news reports. Paxton's former chief of staff testified that Paxton confessed to her and other staff members he was having an affair with his mistress, Laura Olson. Impeachment articles in Texas legislature alleged Paxton used the alias Dave P. for a fake Uber account he used to secretly see his mistress. Paxton was also accused of using secret emails and burner phones to try and cover his tracks while he was Texas AG. Paxton allegedly used his pal, Nate Paul, who was recently convicted of bank fraud, to help hide his affair and provide his mistress with employment in Austin so that Paxton could be close to her. 20 articles of impeachment were filed against Paxton in Texas legislature over alleged bribery, abuse of power, and obstruction of justice. Paxton was indicted on security fraud charges that were later dropped after he paid $300,000 in restitution and completed community service. Paxton refused to disclose multiple out-of-state properties in his 2023 financial disclosure, including $1.6 million in a luxury hideaway. Folks, that's from the National Republican Senatorial Committee. They deleted that press release. They deleted all those other posts. And the Republican Party has now deleted their ad attacking Ken Paxton's record on crime. This is the ad that they deleted. Here, play this clip.
This is the sound of Texas. And this is how it sounds under Ken Paxton.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
So, which Texas do you want to hear?
Here is another ad that they just deleted right here, accusing Ken Paxton of sleeping around with a married mother of 7 and calling him a wife, cheater, and fraud. This was deleted and taken down from the website as well. Play this clip.
It's voting time, so let's cut through the bullshit. Crooked Ken Paxton cheated on his wife. She's divorcing him on biblical grounds. So now Paxton's wrecking another home, sleeping around with a married mother of 7. And remember this, Crooked Ken has increased his net worth by as much as 7,000% since taking office. And his actions in office, even more troubling. Paxton gave millions of Texas tax dollars to left-wing organizations, including the Montrose Center that hosts drag queen shows and performs gender-affirming services to kids as young as 7. Now think of the Paxton dirty deeds we don't know about yet. The wife cheater and fraud, or the Texas workhorse. Senator John Cornyn is endorsed by the Border Patrol, and he voted with President Trump 99% of the time. Cornyn got the money to finish the damn wall. Texans know what to do.
I'm John Cornyn, and I approve this message. Join my team and give today.
Also, this was taken down as well, where you see them using, the Republicans using a 10 Commandment theme spot attacking Paxton. Let's play this clip.
What do a burner phone, a $1,000 Mont Blanc pen, and this cash machine have in common? They are symbols of Ken Paxton's depravity. Paxton used the burner phone and an alias to hide his affair from the mother of his children. Now his wife's divorcing him on biblical grounds.
Thou shalt not commit adultery.
A Mont Blanc pen stolen from another lawyer because once a crook, always a crook.
Thou shalt not steal.
And while in office, Crooked Ken increased his net worth by up to 7,000%, then used that fortune to buy 10 properties and claimed 3 of them as his principal residence to get cheaper mortgage rates.
Thou shalt not bear false witness.
Judgment Day comes for all of us eventually. This year, in Texas, Ken Paxton faces the voters.
Defeat the crook.
I'm John Cornyn, and I approve this message. Join my team and give today.
And they just removed this ad as well, try to scrub it, pretend that this didn't exist. This is another ad relating to public, to try to get public to share information that they've learned about Paxton. Here, play this clip right here.
Insiders are coming forward about Ken Paxton. We've been receiving tips from people with direct knowledge of his conduct. A former business partner who says they were ripped off in a security scheme. A close political ally repeatedly asked to fund deals he was being brought into and ultimately refused after seeing how they were structured. A law enforcement official forced to stay silent while facilitating activity they couldn't support. A single mother struggling to access child support and afraid to come forward. And insiders from his own office who witnessed the mismanagement and lack of ethics up close. These sources describe a consistent pattern, and these are just a few of the stories. You can do it safely, you can do it anonymously at kenstoppers.com. If you've seen something, say something.
Again, just a quick reminder about Ken Paxton. He was impeached by his own party for corruption. He paid $300,000 to settle his felony fraud charges. The whistleblowers against him were Republicans from his own office. He had multiple extramarital affairs, is under investigation for mortgage fraud, stole a $1,000 pen from another lawyer, was sued for firing said whistleblowers. Republicans burned $100 million trying to stop Ken Paxton with those ads, with the campaign that I was just showing you that they're now deleting and scrubbing. Even members of his own party called Paxton too corrupt and too damaged for Texas, but he's now the GOP standard bearer for the state. Lauren French writes, also, in the past 24 hours, the Daily Mail showed Ken Paxton's new home right here. This is how they refer to it on the Daily Mail. Cheater, Texas AG and Christian influencer mistress, secret new $2 million love nest revealed as insiders spill all about the ultimate insult to his scorned wife of 40 years. And apparently this home was bought under a trust using all cash as well.
All right, listen up. It's spring cleaning season, and before you tell yourself your kitchen is fine, go take a hard look at that pan you've been using since college. You know the one, warped, burnt, smells like regret. Yeah, it's time. Spring cleaning isn't just about closets. It's about getting rid of cookware that's actually working against you. If your pan makes cooking harder, that's not you. That's bad cookware. That's why I am obsessed with Hexclad. Seriously, these pans completely changed how I cook. They've got that perfect combo. Stainless steel performance with nonstick convenience. Usually you have to pick one or the other, but not here. What surprised me most? The sear. You actually get that perfect crust, great heat control, and then cleanup is ridiculously easy. No soaking, no scrubbing forever, and they're tough. Metal utensil safe, dishwasher safe, oven safe, up to 900 degrees. You don't have to baby these things. Plus, the handles stay cool, which honestly is a game changer. With over 1 million customers and 50,000 5-star reviews, yeah, the secret's out. There's a reason Gordon Ramsay uses Hexclad at home and in his restaurants, and every product comes with a lifetime warranty. This is it. The last set of pans you will ever need. So don't go through another spring using the same busted pans you should have thrown out years ago. For a limited time, only our listeners get 10% off your order with our exclusive link. Just head to hexclad.com/Meidas. Support our show and check them out at hexclad.com/Meidas, MEIDAS. Make sure to let them know we sent you. Spring clean your kitchen the smart way with Hexclad.
And so Ken Paxton gave his victory speech over John Cornyn last night. And first off, a lot of people were surprised the way Ken Paxton's voice sounds. I'll just say that. And then he tried to run like he's Mamdani. He's like, I'm here to make your life more affordable than it was before. He's doing an he's doing the affordability thing with no one expected that voice out of him. I want to just make your life better. And this isn't about blue. This isn't about red. This isn't about Democrat or Republican. We need to lower costs and get you the health care you deserve. What are you talking about? You are literally the Epstein class people who have ripped away people's health care, who have made things far less affordable. You're running. Do you see what these are? The biggest con artists in the world. These are the biggest fraudsters. Here, play this clip.
But I truly believe that together, not only will we win this race, but we can ensure that America's best days are ahead of us. Yes. You see, I'm not just running against the Democrats. I'm running to deliver for you, just as I have as Attorney General. I'm running to lower your cost of living because you deserve to be able to buy a home, afford groceries, and have a high quality of health care without being forced to stay up at night worrying about how you're going to pay your monthly premium or pay off your debt.
And then he goes on to say, James Tallarico will be nothing more than a Texas-based puppet. Okay, first off, you're quite literally Donald Trump's puppet. You are actually a Trump plant because your corruption, infidelity, and disgusting behavior aligns with Donald Trump's disgusting, immoral, criminal behavior. Here's what he says. Play this clip.
I mean, he's a vegan who thinks God is non-binary and that there's actually 6 biological sexes. It's hard to imagine someone more radical than that. No matter what he says or how much he raises, the reality is that James Tallarico is going to be nothing more than a Texas-based puppet for Chuck Schumer and the National Democrats. Yes. He wants the open borders policies of Biden, the woke agenda of AOC. He's going to push trillions more in spending that's going to continue to drive up prices for all of us. He can never become our senator, but I need your help.
Do you like my Ken Paxton impression? And then he goes on to say, my opponent is the most extreme radical the Democrats have ever nominated. He's a very extreme person. What do you mean? James Tallarico? James Tallarico's like the least extreme guy I've ever met in my life. What are you talking about? As Mehdi Hassan says, your wife says you cheated on her and divorced you. Your staff says you took bribes. You've been impeached by your own party. Here, play this clip right here.
This campaign is not about red versus blue. It's about so much more. My opponent is the most extreme radical the Democrats have ever nominated. He's even running a vegan campaign, whatever that is. He goes by a few names that you may all have heard of. Some people know him as Tofu Tallarico. Some people call him Six-Gender Jimmy. I've even heard some people call him James Tallarico. And others refer to him simply as Low T Tallarico. But no matter what you call him, let me tell you
You are listening to the Texas Attorney General, now the projected Republican candidate in the Texas Senate.
You know, and also as Ken Paxton is out there accusing James Tallarico of being woke, one of Paxton and Donald Trump's lead lieutenants in this fight is a guy named Scott Pressler, the MAGA prince. And he's out there saying, we've got to shut down the woke. We've got to shut down all of this politically correct stuff. And this is Scott Pressler, who's basically the right hand right now to Ken Paxton and Donald Trump in Texas. Here he is yesterday with the head of the Republican Party of Texas, Abraham George. Play this clip.
Hey everybody, this is Scott Pressler and Republican Party of Texas Chairman Abraham George. You know, of everything he could be doing today, the chairman is here in person at a polling location in Collin County. This is Allen, Texas. And I have been here since 9:30. It's now 2 o'clock, shaking every hand and meeting voters, and it's been a steady stream, which shows me that people know about today, the runoff.
And also Scott Pressler talking about volunteer deputy voter registers. And again, this is the guy leading Trump and Paxton's campaign to go after radical woke people. This is the guy trying to get rid of radical woke. I kid you not. Here, play this clip.
Hey everybody, this is Scott Pressler. I am here with USAC. Now, after just meeting with USAC just days ago, he has already taken the mission to heart and has applied to become a volunteer deputy voter registrar.
Okay. I had the opportunity to interview James Tallarico yesterday. Here's what he told me about Ken Paxton. You know, this interview's gone kind of crazy viral. Let's play this clip.
Ken Paxton embodies everything that's wrong with our political system. He was impeached by his own party for using his public office to enrich himself and his donors at our expense. And that kind of corruption is the rot at the core of this broken system. It's why we can't afford anything. It's why we can't get ahead no matter how hard we work, because billionaires buy these politicians like Ken Paxton, and then these puppet politicians turn around and rig the rules of the game in favor of the billionaires at our expense. And so this has been happening for 50 years in this country. Mega donors and their puppet politicians have been stealing from the American people, from the people of Texas, stealing the wealth that we created through their bribes, their bailouts, and their billionaire tax breaks. And so I look forward to not only running against Ken Paxton, but running against the broken system that he embodies.
And I've told him, I said, look, you know, you've got Trump, you've got Paxton, you've got Pressler, you got that trio right there, if you will. You know, they're out there saying that you are Tofu Tallarico and that you're a vegan, and they call you a vegan, even though you're not a vegan. There's nothing wrong with being a vegan, but like, he's a vegan. He's a vegan in Texas, y'all. He's tofu vegan boy. It's okay. I mean, these people, you calling him tofu? What are you talking about? I mean, the guy is the most helpful, normal. What are you talking? It's so strange. Watch what Tallarico told me. Here, play this clip. they've already began their attacks on you, and, some of the kind of, weirdest, and bizarre ones. They're like, he's a vegan. They don't even know how to say he's a vegan. And you're not,
No.
and then they go, let's call him tofu, man. Let's call him tofu. And which is ridiculous. The whole thing is ridiculous. I want to hear your response to just kind of not that, but just in general, stepping into this and seeing, what they're doing when they put $1 trillion media machine behind attacking you. But my thesis ultimately is, maybe that stuff worked 2 years ago or 3 years ago when people were also being pitched, we're going to make your life so much better and it's going to be affordable on day one and we're going to do so much things. It's going to be great. But like, the bill is now due. And I think whether you're in Texas or whatever, people are like, okay, you promised me this stuff. It ain't happening right now. And you're not going to just divide and I get it. You're not going to make me vote for you by saying the word tofu over and over again. Like, where the heck is my Doge dividend check that you promised? And where's my savings that you promised me? You screwed me.
That's right. That's right. And, I'm an 8th generation Texan. I've been eating barbecue since before Ken Paxton's first indictment. And if all they have on me is lying about me being a vegan, I feel pretty good about our chances this November. And you're absolutely right. So many of my family members, my friends, my neighbors who voted for Donald Trump in 2024, they voted for him because they thought he was going to lower costs. They thought he was going to end the forever wars. They thought he was going to release the Epstein files and drain the swamp. But just 1 year later, they've seen how he's done the exact opposite. Through his crazy tariffs, he's made everything more expensive. He has started even more conflicts around the world, including this new forever war in Iran. He has done everything he could to keep the Epstein files from seeing the light of day. And the swamp in Washington is bigger than it's ever been. So there's a lot of disillusionment. And what I'm trying to do is speak directly to those Texans who feel disillusioned, who feel like the system doesn't work for them, that it only works for billionaires and puppet politicians like Paxton and Cornyn. And I think if we can bring those Texans together across all these divisions in our politics, if we can see past the distractions and the culture war tactics, I think we can do something extraordinary. We can end 30 years of one-party rule in Texas, and we can transform American politics in the process. And that gets me excited every day to hit the campaign trail and talk directly to Texans about the things they actually care about.
There you have it, folks. Let me know what you think about all of that. Can't delete your past, NRSC. We have it. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 7 million subscribers. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to add the MeidasTouch podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts for new updates every single day.